held you up, at least I held you down. I was still right there, you was dealing with clowns. It's deeper than you think. I think you're ready now to feel complete.
Yeah, I'm your host, Jaiye Bynoe. Welcome to the Jayman show. So good to see you, and thank you for tuning into my show today. We have a wonderful show today. I have Danny Santana, ITA founder and director.
ITY.
Okay, ITY, I got you. And his lovely assistant director, Renee. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Okay, so my question to you is, when was ITY created and why was it created?
So I created ITY in 2017 after being released of incarceration, simply because I had applied for like 18 different nonprofits in the city of Boston, working with youth and doing mentoring. But due to my past affiliation and me just brand new coming home from the prison system, nobody would hire me. So I had to go and create my own opportunities. So for me to be able to create my own opportunities, I had to learn and educate myself on how to open up my own nonprofit to be able to do the work that I wanted to do in the city of Boston.
Wow, so what was like, so was it scary being in prison? I mean, I know it's not a good place to be. Were you scared being in there?
It had its moments. I mean, an inmate that says that they haven't had a moment where they was afraid at one point or another ain't being truthful, you know. But after you've been in prison for so long, so many times, you sort of get institutionalized, and that sense of fear kind of goes away a lot quicker than it will come and stay.
Oh my God, wow. So how do you feel knowing you're going to prison? I mean, how do your family feel about it?
I mean, it was the cycle with me, you know, it was nothing new. If you ask my family, they say, well, he's in jail again, that ain't nothing new.
Oh, I see, wow. So what made you first off become want to be a president? I mean like a
program director?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, you know, none of the nonprofits that I applied for wouldn't give me an opportunity to work. So seeing that none of them gave me an opportunity to work, I had to educate myself on what it would take for me to be able to do the work that I wanted to do in the city of Boston.
Okay. So how many programs are under the ITY umbrella, and did you create every single one of them?
I did.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear.
So under the umbrella of ITY, it's not just the youth and the adult gang mentorship. I also run a number of other programs under the umbrella of ITY. I run the Youth Sex Trafficking Awareness Program. I run the Male Domestic Violence Advocacy Program. I run Inspiring Today's Fathers, Inspiring Today's Women. We run a program called Feeding the Hungry, where we go out twice a month on a Friday at night between 10:30 and 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, passing out care packages and hot meals to the homeless. We also do a lot of returning citizen advocacy. We advocate for a lot of guys that are coming home who are returning citizens in the areas of housing advocacy, job placement, job training, if they need clothes, if they need help with resume writing, if they need help to get SNAP benefits, whatever services it is that a guy that's a returning citizen like myself would need upon coming home.
I see. Wow. Well, I'm glad to hear you doing that. We need more people like yourself to be doing that, you know, especially in this community in Boston. Yeah.
I mean, because the stigma with returning citizens is that, you know, we do a crime, we're expected to do a time, right?
Yeah.
But what society doesn't realize is that we're still penalized and things are still held against us after we come home from doing time. You know, so one of the reasons why I created ITY is because ITY is a two-part to ITY. It's not just the youth that we service, but ITY is about creating jobs for returning citizens like me. Training guys on how to become gang mentors, training guys on how to become youth workers, training guys on how to become fatherhood ambassadors to work with other fathers that are coming home that have children that have a hard time reintegrating back into their family and society.
That's definitely true. I mean, because no matter what's done, we're still a person at the end of the day, you know. So yeah. So can you tell us about your youth summer program last year, and are you looking to do another youth summer program this year?
So my summer youth program, I had a very successful summer youth program. We're only a staff of 5.
Okay.
You know, me and my staff worked Monday through Friday from 8:30 in the morning to 3:30 p.m. without pay. You know, And my program was successful in large part due to my sister, Renee here, who had a large part in playing in that summer program being as successful as it was, and along with my other staff, you know.
Yeah.
And I was able to have the staff that I have because they believe in my dream. They believe in what I'm trying to teach these kids. You know, I don't know of any other program out there that has a staff, volunteer staff, that volunteer on a consistent basis without pay, like the staff and the volunteer that I have with ITY.
Yeah, that's
And we are planning to run another summer program this year. We do not look to take any money from Success Link. We want to be able to run the summer program, and we want to be able to ensure that our kids get paid properly and on time without there being any bureaucracy or any politics involved in how my kids are deemed to get paid. I ran a successful summer program where I enrolled 100 youths and successfully graduated 76 youths out of 100 youths last year.
wow. I see. That's good.
I had 6 warring gang factors under one roof, and I didn't have one gang incident in the whole 8 weeks that I had those youth under my roof.
That's definitely good to hear, my brother. That's good to hear. So have you gotten any sponsorships or grants from anyone in the city or the state?
A lot of this money was funded by my assistant director right here. She's used money out of her personal savings to pay for the majority of these events and the stuff that we've done in the city of Boston.
Wow.
And I would say that she's wasted at least $25,000, $30,000.
Oh my God.
Since
I
the
wouldn't
minute-
say it's wasted. It's well worth the work that we do and the lives that we touch.
Well, she's used of her own personal account about $25,000, $30,000 that she's invested and to make sure that these youth get an opportunity at the things that we're teaching them.
Well, that's wonderful to hear. I mean, so what inspired you about this program?
It's so needed. A lot of the youth that we work with in the city, other programs won't hire them due to their background. Due to these children don't understand the structure of having the job and the rules and the regulations that go with that. And we're very lenient. We're here not to penalize. We're here to help them organize. You know, it's a lot of hand-holding, but kids need to be taught at some point, and if this is their first job and we can work out the kinks and show them this is how you appropriately act at work, this is what time you need to show up, and all of that, most of the time, most of our kids, this was their first job.
Yes.
So they had never experienced authority figure other than a school environment or home environment, you know, and being a mom, myself of a young man, and I totally get the age and the mindset, and some of them fall into line and others just need that guidance throughout the program, which is fine with us.
Yeah, I
You
definitely.
know?
Yeah.
You know, it's very sad that last summer I had 16 16-year-olds that didn't even know how to properly sign their own John Hancock
Wow.
just to sign in attendance for the program, which goes to show the lack of education that our school system is really teaching our kids.
Yeah.
You know, the majority of my kids suffer from severe depression, anxiety, don't know how to deal with the peer pressure that their experiences from the communities that they come from. You know, so it was an opportunity not only to acknowledge, you know, what they're lacking at, but to give them the tools that they need to be able to strengthen the areas that they're lacking at.
Yeah.
You know, and the majority of my kids up to date right now have all reached out to me asking me, are we doing another summer program? It's then an opportunity for them to take the program again because they're aware that we're going to do it better. They're aware that we're going to have a better place for them to come to where they're not going to feel like they're being stereotyped by the staff that's there as security anybody.
That's wonderful to hear, you know. So how can the community support ITY, and what kind of support?
So what the community can do is to help spread the news of ITY, what ITY is about. You know, we're not just about youth and adult gang mentorship. We're a wraparound service organization. We don't only just work with the youth that we work with, we also work with the parents and helping them if they need food in their house, if they need clothing in their house, if they need assistance with housing advocacy, if they need assistance with referral to mental health. You know, So the way that the community can help ITY is by spreading the word on what ITY is. And those that they know that do sponsorships and that do grants for my type of program, help us get their attention, help us get the information of ITY and the need of why we need to get ITY sponsored so that we can run our summer program this year without no kinks like we had last year, without no problems, without the kids having to worry whether they're gonna get paid or not. We wanna make sure that we run the program as effective as we did last year with all of our kids knowing that they're gonna get paid from the beginning of the program, that they don't have to wait 4 or 5 weeks into the program just to receive their first check.
Yes. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes left, you know. So what final thought do you want to say? I mean, what's our view? Anything you want to say?
Well, with the grace of God, we get funding for this year's program. We have a bunch of enrichment programs that we're going to have. We've partnered with a farming organization. We've partnered with a couple of really good entrepreneurial workshops that we're going to teach these kids a multitude of things, and it's really going to enrich them, and they're going to be able to dip their toes into multiple different programs and figure out maybe what they want to do in their future. You know, exposure and enriching the kids is part of life, and they need it.
And it's not just about educational workshops. You know, it is the summertime. We're going to be providing these kids field trips. We're going to be providing these kids the opportunity to do community service at different organizations in different parts of the city that's going to allow them to enrich their knowledge on things that they wouldn't normally have access to, you know. And we're also going to allow these kids to enjoy the summer too. So it's not just about being in the classroom and doing work, you know, 24/7 like they do, 5 days a week going to school. Yes, Mondays and Tuesdays is going to be educational work. Wednesdays is going to be community service, where I'm going to take 8 groups of 12, break them up into different groups and send them out to different parts of the city to perform some type of community service. Thursdays is going to be educational sports, poetry, chess, and Fridays is going to be field trips, where we're going to go out as a whole to different parts of the city to have fun.
That sounds like a plan, you know. Yeah, so hopefully.
And we also teach them guided meditation to help with anxiety, breath work to help with anxiety, and grounding exercises as well. So we know a lot of these kids live in a terroristic environment, and they need all the tools in their toolbox to be able to deal with those.
Okay, yeah, and yeah, so this sounds like hopefully it'll be a good summer for these kids, you know, and I wish I had more.
Well, we pray that enough people that are out there watching this show right now will realize the importance of why ITY needs to be funded, and by the grace of God, somebody out there that's a philanthropist will be willing to fund our program so we can proceed teaching the youth the things that we need to teach them.
Okay, so I think that's a wrap, you know, so we'll take a quick break, you know, and thank you for tuning into the Jayman Show. I'm host Jaiye, Bynoe, Renee, and we had Danny Santana. Thank you for telling me your story, guys. It's one of the on the show.
I appreciate you, Jay. Thank you for having us on board.
Me too. God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless. Thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love your mind.
Jaiye, welcome back to the Jayman Show. I'm so glad you are here, and we got the bad boy today, Tony Wilson, back. All right, brother.
What's up, brother?
Good to see you back on the show today. Awesome.
That's it. Look
We
at
did.
here.
All right, look at here. All right, so we got a good show. So I'm gonna let you host, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, so go ahead. Okay. Ball's in your court.
Of course, you all know about the James Brown Save Boston. We sold out, and we're glad that that has happened and that the city joined us along with our sponsors. But I am personally dedicating this entire concert to a great cause that I'm going to have Jackie. She's going to tell you all about it.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The young James Brown, keeping us laughing, vibrant. So we are very appreciative that you're dedicating this concert to wrongful convictions. It's something that happens so common, but is rarely spoken about.
Right.
And again, we're not just talking about incarceration, which is targeting the Black community, but wrongful convictions,
Right.
which is really taking our brothers and sisters. So thank you.
You're very welcome. Go ahead, Jane.
Okay, so my question is, why is it called the Harriet Tubman Project? What is this come about?
Okay, so the organization that myself and my fiance run is called the Harriet Tubman Project, and it's called the Harriet Tubman Project because Harriet freed herself from slavery and then went back and freed others. And there's no one else in history that we know of that has successfully done what she's done. And when we look at neo-slavery today, the 13th Amendment has made it possible for our people to still be enslaved if they are convicted of a crime. So that's how wrongful convictions have been happening by the masses, is that we are able to now get more slaves. And in the essence of her legacy, we're teaching brothers behind the wall how to free themselves and then go back for others.
Okay. But let me ask you this, how does an incarcerated person free themselves and others?
Right, the same way they got in there, which is through the legal work. So at MCI Norfolk, where the Harriet Tubman Project was founded from, Fuquan, Ricky McGee, has created a law class where he teaches brothers the law. Instead of depending on their attorneys to free them, they are learning and becoming experts in their case. So learning the jargon, the legal jargon, it's very complicated for a reason, so that we feel intimidated. So these brothers have an opportunity twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 3:30, to learn about the law. And in so, then applying that to their cases to then lead their legal team. And the other way that they do it is through policy change and writing bills. So they work with legislators in assisting in writing some of the laws that you see that are coming out
For
of
the
Boston.
audience that don't know who Fuquan is, could you let them know who he is?
Right, so La Fuquan, otherwise known as Ricky McGee, is a wrongfully incarcerated man. He was incarcerated at 19 years old for a crime that he did not commit, first-degree murder.
Right.
And when that victim lost his life, unfortunately, there were many other victims because the police wanted to get a prosecution. They didn't really care who actually did it. So the victim's family never got justice, and Fuquan and his family has been forever traumatized by his wrongful incarceration. So he's 46 today. He's been incarcerated wrongfully for 27 years.
Wow.
And he's the founder of the Harriet Tubman Project. So he has used his own story to lead others to freedom.
Right, and as Jayman, you know, Darrell Jones was also incarcerated at 18 for murder, and he was exonerated. He's been in there 35 years. So, go ahead, Jayman.
Yeah, so why do you think wrongful convictions are so common, but how are they spoken about? I mean, it's kind of scary.
It is scary. So unless someone is being exonerated, and most people don't even know what the word exoneration means, it means that your case has now been overturned. So the conviction of guilty is now innocent or wrongfully convicted. But when the newspapers say that someone did a crime, they never come back out and say, well, we made a mistake. They don't want the public to know that our tax dollars are supporting this.
Right.
So rarely do we hear about those that are being freed from this neo-slavery, but very much so we hear about people being incarcerated wrongfully. And it's all about economics and really making money in this system.
Right. Because how much do they charge to keep a prisoner for one day?
So one inmate for a year is an average of $134,000 a year to house one person.
Wow.
And with that money, less than 1% is going to programming, which should be rehabilitative.
Okay.
So when our tax money is going to prisons, we assume that the men and women in there are being rehabilitated with programs, and that's not happening. Less than 1% of that's going there. So it's going to salaries. And it costs less to put a child through school.
Okay. Yeah, you just answered why they think wrongful convictions are so common, but hardly spoken about. Did you touch on that?
Yeah,
specifically? So the next one would be, what are some things the HTP have accomplished?
Well, so far, there have been men that have gone through the program and have brought themselves home through the legal work that they're learning and the advocacy work that is going on. The Harriet Tubman Project has also helped co-author a commission report, Structural Racism in Correctional Facilities, and there's a bill that's being pushed right now by Prison Legal Services off of that. So again, when you think of the Harriet Tubman Project, these are 60 to 80 men that are incarcerated that are putting their time to write bills, meet with legislators, and change the law. So they've done some of that, and they continue to do the work from behind the wall.
Great.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, where do you see the organization going in the next 3 to 5 years? Getting big, you know?
Right, in the next 3 to 5 years, we see the organization partnering with innocence projects. So there's a lot of innocence projects throughout the United States. And we see the work that the men are doing behind the wall, preparing them to get attorneys that are prepared to work on their case. So right now, people are applying to innocence projects without their full discovery, which is the prosecutor's file and the police files, as well as the defendant files. So the work that they're learning behind the wall, they'll be able to go prepared to the innocence projects to fully overturn their case with new exculpatory evidence.
Great. And where do you see the organization going into in the next 3 to 5 years?
Sure, since-
That's
Well,
what you did. Well,
on top of working with
comment.
innocence projects, we do want to be in other facilities. Right now, we're only at MCI Norfolk.
Right.
But we do want to be in the women's prisons,
Right.
other men's
Yeah.
prisons, and in the youth facilities, because if we can catch those children before they go into the adult prison system, then we're able to break generational curses.
That's great, and this is why the Strongest Link was created by Darrell Jones.
Yes.
And, you know, I fully support it, and I'm sure a lot of people out there support it. I'm sure the Jayman show supports it.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, is there anything else you want to add that the people should know about wrongfully 400, not only a number, but men, women, and children, correct?
Yeah, for sure. And then, I mean, when you catch a
Innocent.
case, innocent, that's what we have to keep in mind. These are people that have not committed the crime.
Correct.
So when someone's life has been taken and you're arresting the wrong person, where's the person that actually did commit the crime?
Right.
It creates a distrust in the community where
Right.
now we don't have trust in our law enforcers
Right.
to actually protect us, and people are now picking up the gun to protect themselves. So the youth have no trust.
Okay.
So until we start to correct these issues, it'll continue.
Okay. Then.
Okay, well,
Someone else?
we got 2 minutes left, so anybody want to say any final words before we close out?
Okay. That's just this segment or the whole segment?
This is just, I mean, what do you want to say?
Okay, well, I just said I want to welcome Jackie again, and of course, free Fuquan, and that's what we're talking about.
And come
Free-
out to the...
Come on out to the James Brown State Boston. We know you'll be there. We have our dancer here that's going to be doing super bad, the rhythm riders.
Right.
Go ahead, tell
Anything
us.
you wanna say?
Great job to you, and congratulations.
Tell us
continue
about
to
the
do-
Rhythm Riders.
Yeah.
So Rhythm Riders, we are a line dance organization that focuses on holistic healing through wellness. We use line dancing as a way to raise funds for our cancer survivors and now Alzheimer's awareness. And so we've been going at it for since 2007. And so the goal this year is to lock in a corporate sponsor with Dana-Farber so that we can continue to do free, deeply discounted services to the community while sustaining and being a sustainable, viable business. And so last year we raised money to give away gift cards for cancer patients who are struggling with cancer. So they got gift cards for gas, wigs, and groceries. So a lot of times when you're in treatment, people forget about those things about, you know, when you lose income, when you're sick, you need additional services.
That's great.
There you have it.
We
Boston
also
Rhythm
have our
Riders.
ambassador coming in. Who-
Oh yeah, we got
Ambassador.
Cheryl Woodhouse coming in tonight, all
Yes.
the way from South Carolina.
That's right.
So she's going to be blessing the stage with us on Friday. So everybody come out to the Strand Theater.
That's my baby
for
sister.
Yes, baby sister's coming, and James Brown Saves Boston Day. It's a historical moment, and then we get to reenact this historical act. And so come on out and celebrate and find out what it's all about.
Right, and go
Intergenerational. Yeah.
to the strongest link saves Boston.com. The strongest link saves Boston.com. And we have Bootsy Collins involved. We got the 4 B's. Bootsy beats back bullying in the schools. And we will put the music teachers back into the kindergarten and elementary schools.
Thank you.
We are the strongest link.
I love
Yes,
it.
only the strong survive, you know. So yeah, well, this is so much how we got on my show. I appreciate
Yeah.
telling you.
You want to see us dance?
Yeah,
All
do
right.
dance, you know, James
You gonna
Brown
take us
dance.
out?
Yes, let's
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
so
Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
thank you for saying so much. Show the Jayman show. We are touring you. He's gonna perform next. He's gonna walk the house.
That's it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
everybody. Thank you for coming to the Jayman show today. I'm your host, Jaiye Bynoe. It was an honor to have you guys here, as always. I appreciate your support, in supporting me and Tony and the James Brown Theater Boston concert. Check out Friday, March 5th at the Strand Theater. And to take us out is Tony Wilson and, well,
That's right.
you think about that. God bless
We're
you.
gonna get down. Boston Rhythm Writers are in the house. My sister, Cheryl Woodhouse, CEFL, coming. Here we go. Super bad dance. She's gonna show you how to do it.
All right.
Good God. That thing, you tell me what it's all about. I got soul, and I'm super bad. I love soul, and I'm super bad. All right, here we go, y'all. Learn it. Here we go. I got a move that tell me what to do. Sometimes I feel so nice, baby. Well, I got this move. It tell me what to do. And sometimes I feel so nice. I want to try myself a few. She's got soul, and she's super bad. CL4, hit it down. Boston rhythms can make you want to shout. They got this thing to tell you what it's all about. Cause they got soul, and they super bad. They got soul, baby. And she's super bad. Look at here. She loves to do her thing. Oh! You know she don't need nobody else. She's been down. She's all around. Get it, girl. Up and down. All around. Around people. Let it all hang out. If you don't, Boston rhythm. Boston rhythm. Boston rhythm. That's CL4. Cheryl Woodhouse gonna be in the house. We got Jayman. Come on, Jayman. Come on, Jayman. Leon. Thank y'all for being here. JamesBrownSaveBoston.com. The strongest link says Boston.com. Get it out. Hit it right now. Get down. Come on, Jay. Oh, yeah. Come on. I got something that made me want to shout. I got the thing to tell you what it's all about. The strongest link says Boston.com. All right, come on. Tony Wilson, Young James Brown on Instagram. Tony Wilson, Young James Brown on Instagram. Come on, get down. You got soul, baby. And she's super bad. You're just super bad. Super bad. Get down. Go, Jayman. What are you doing, brother? Super bad. Uh-oh. You got the Michael Jackson spin on y'all. Super bad.